I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when...
Hey guys, so today I am going to be making a big pot of red sauce, my standard awesome red sauce, which I am going to use for my pasta primavera later tonight. We're going to start with a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Alright, so hopefully the oil's gotten nice and hot. To this I'm going to add one entire diced red onion, as well as a couple of sliced shallots. Alright, the onions are getting nice and soft. I'm going to add a couple cloves of minced garlic here. I like to add it sort of in the middle of the cooking because I don't want it to burn. Burned garlic is awful. Tastes bitter and gross. Now we're going to add a bunch of flavors to build upon the layers of our sauce. First, we're going to start with a healthy pinch of salt, cracked black pepper. I'm also going to use a little bit of this Italian seasoning. Very convenient to have some of this on hand. And I'm going to add just a little bit of my favorite hot sauce, which is GOCHUJANG. Now we're going to deglaze the pot with some balsamic vinegar, as well as some white wine. And that right there is the beginnings of something very, very beautiful and delicious. So to this, I'm going to add some carrots as well. Probably should have added this before, but it's no big deal. It's all going into one big pot. Just make sure it gets coated with the same lovely flavors we've been working on. Now that our liquids have completely reduced, I'm going to add a bunch of fresh chopped tomatoes. That's like 11 tomatoes right there. It's a lot of tomatoes. Be surprised how many you need. Now obviously the star of this sauce is the tomato. So let's talk about the tomato. You want to get juicy, plump, sort of been sitting out there in your kitchen for like 3 or 4 days tomatoes, because the longer they sit, the juicier they become. Now, as you can see, I did not bother to skin or peel the skin of my tomatoes. That just takes too much time and I'm too lazy. If you want to do it, go for it. But I did seed the tomatoes because tomato seeds make my stomach feel like there's a tomato growing. At this point, I'm going to take the opportunity to season it again with a little bit of coarse sea salt. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of salt in a very delicious sauce recipe. And finally, last but not least, I'm going to top this off with probably another half a cup to a cup of good white wine. I'm talking about wine you drink at the table. I'm going to throw in here a couple of bay leaves as well. Make sure to fish these babies out before you eat the sauce, unless you want to get sick. Now that it's at a boil, I'm going to cover it up, bring it all the way down to a simmer, and just let it sit for at least 30 to 45 minutes. You want all of the salt to do its work and break down the fruit and make it juicy. Alright, so back to our red sauce, which has been stewing away for the past 45 minutes. I'm going to pick out those bay leaves. I gotta tell you guys, it smells gorgeous in here. Alright. And now I'm just going to take an immersion blender and blend it all up. You can also, stick this into a blender and do it that way, but it's just easier for me. And I'm going to season this all with a healthy pinch of salt. And finally, I'm going to add just a couple of sliced cherry tomatoes. Alright guys, so my phone died because of overheating, so I wasn't able to show you, but basically I just combined the three components, which are the noodles, the vegetables, and the sauce, and voila! Here you go, pasta primavera.